Okay, there we go. It looks like we're here. I don't know why it turned off audio. I have no idea why that. And then now look at how this is all washed out. I didn't even notice that. Let's see if we can fix that. We're just gonna fix everything. I thought I was like super ready. I'm sitting in here just listening to music, like ready early, looking at fun nail wraps and that. Okay, what am I looking for? What did I say? Oh, where is it? Camera hub. Give me 1 second to fix what is happening to this hot mess of a hot mess. There we go. That actually looks pretty accurate. So yeah, good enough. We'll go with that. Wait, can I turn, if I turn automatic? That's a little too dark. Let's turn you back off. Let's leave it there and see how that goes until we get going. We may have to do some adjustments as usual, but we should be good now. Okay. Here we go. So tonight I am working in pan pastel and colored pencil. I've got everything drawn out on Canson Inktense paper. You can see I drew it first on the tracing paper, and then I used transfer paper to get nice clean lines, no erasing or anything. Any erasing can be done on the tracing paper onto my paper. Oh, and after the live stream, we will be doing another box opening. Loki, I'll move the boys, will be moved into the living room, and Loki will come in to open the latest Smart Art box, which I'm really excited about because I have no idea. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be Valentine's stuff. I hope, because I love Valentine's stuff. Anyway, so we will be doing that once we're done with the artwork, and then answering all of your questions. So let's see, what else? Anything else I need to go over? All the links for the supplies I'm using are in the video description. The reference photo you can download over at Patreon. You do not need to be a member. The direct link for the actual post where the reference photo is in the video description. If you are in the US, you can bid on the finished painting. This will, or drawing, whatever you want to call it, will come matted in an 8x10. So it will be like that, and you can actually see this is the artwork that will show. Most of this outer edge, I always do extra when I cut my paper so that I fill it in with the pan pastels. There is a mayfly in here, or whatever they're called. There, that I will always go beyond the end of where I intend the artwork to be, so that when I put the mat on there, if I need to scooch it one way or another, it won't, like, there's color behind it. So we are good. Let's see. I think we're good. Let's get started so we can get Loki. Well, we'll see how Loki goes. He's been a little bit too like excited lately, like so excited when he comes in here. So it should be kind of funny. I'm going to start with my background. I'm going to probably have to change some of these pads out. This one's actually fine. It's kind of got the orangey color. I'm going to start with my pinks in through here. Actually, and we'll get the base pink here. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to start with my raw sienna. Is it raw sienna? I always get it wrong. Never ever going to remember. Burnt sienna. See? Always get it wrong. And I'm going to mix some white in with that, and we'll fill this area here. Now, I don't need it to be exact to the reference photo. I just want to go for semi-close because I thought that was a really pretty photo. I was actually, my goal, I wanted to do a bumblebee with lots of fuzz and have it like super close up like this so we could draw all the fur. But then I found this photo and I just thought that flower was so pretty. It makes me think of little fairies. Okay, I don't know why, it just does. I need some magenta, so we're gonna load that up. And I've got to wipe some of it off because that is actually really dirty. I'm gonna put a little bit of my burnt sienna and then some white to get the pink. Let's see how close we are. Yeah, that actually works. And see, I go all the way to the tape, even though that's going to largely be kind of chopped off. You're not going to see that much. That way, I don't even have to worry about if I went far enough out for the mat. Just doing little circles. Just want that to be soft and kind of out of focus. And this will have more browns, but I can throw some of the pink in there too. So again, I'm using my burnt sienna, loading some magenta, a bit of white. And that, putting the raw sienna, that's where it's getting me that more brownish tone. Or I keep saying raw sienna, burnt sienna. I don't even think I have raw sienna. And that'll fade out this way before it hits the green. You don't need to push very hard for this. If you push too hard, you're probably not going to get the results you want. Oh, we already have from Kristen a super chat for the boys who definitely want it. Thank you so much. They've been getting super chats, like freebie super chats all night tonight. Huh, you guys have had lots of treats. Thank you so much. Okay, there we go, back to that one. You're just gonna stand over there and chew on it, Wade, or Gibson. I don't know my dog's names. There we go. Okay, thank you so much. Now we're gonna go into the magenta. Now as I get down into the flower and all this area, I want a more pure pink. I'm not gonna be loading the burnt sienna. Go lay down. Don't come back and ask for, no, take your sad puppy eyes and lay down. Gibson, down. Gibson. Sighthounds are the most stubborn of all stubborn dogs. Good boy. Okay. So here, I just wiped my brush, my soft tool on my paper towel, which I've got, just, you can see I just kind of wipe it off there. And that cleans off enough that I can now get, I don't know if it shows as much on camera, but it's a more purpley pink. It's definitely more bold and bright in person. I may have to adjust the color. Oh, I know I have to adjust the color saturation actually because I had to desaturate it last time. So let's bump you up and change the temperature a little bit. Too much. It's kind of closer. This is definitely way more of a bright pink than what it's showing. So I apologize for that, but I don't think, maybe if I do this, not really. Yeah, that's about as good as it's going to get. I'll show you in the other camera then as we go probably. Okay. That just kind of fades out over there. Again, just the magenta and the white for this brighter ones. This brighter ones. It's a good thing you're not here to learn grammar. I would have you so screwed up if you went to take a test. Funny thing is, I'm actually good at grammar. I just don't know, like, my brain just shuts off sometimes. Like, if I were to write it down, I know it's incorrect. More magenta and white. And if I want a little bit more of a pinky color, I'm going to take some red and white. Right in there. I think right about there. It's hard to tell where the body is on this drawing. I'm going to pull some more of the burnt sienna in white. Just so it'll peek through in a couple areas here. Let that just fade up a bit. I think I want a little bit more of a bright pink in here. I'm going to get some red, some more magenta, and some white. Yeah, there we go. We just want it to be a little bit darker so that when I come through with the lighter colors, that really shows up well. It's not so much about finding this perfect color, it's about getting my values right. If that's not dark enough, then my lights won't be light enough when I come back through with those. Okay, I think we're good. I'm going to use... Actually, I'm going to save this one because I can use this for part of the bee. Let's switch to, this guy has teal all over it. Let's wipe that off and reload it with my green. I'm going to go with the oxide, chromium oxide, and some phthalo green. And actually, let's lighten it up a little bit. If that works. And I included it over on Patreon if you really like this background or the colors in this. I included the original photo. It came from Unsplash and it's larger, like it's much taller. So if you want more of that background, it's really pretty. I just wanted a close-up though. Pull a little bit more raw sienna right in this transition. No, burnt sienna, still burnt sienna. I should just buy myself some raw sienna. Apparently I'm obsessed with it. Can't stop talking about it, even though I don't own it. I'm going to pull a little bit of brown and green right. Actually, let's tap some of that off. That's going to be a bit bold. Right back here. This is one of the things I love so much with the pan pastels. It's not just saving me time, but look how smooth that is. Can you imagine trying to fill this out with colored pencil? It would have taken forever. And it's not that I don't love doing colored pencil that way too. It's just that this is really a lot faster and easier to get this sort of look. Okay, now let's get started with the bee. I'm going to start with the lighter colors. Actually, I'm going to switch to the pointy guy. We're going to start with the burnt sienna. Remember, burnt sienna. Why is that so hard? And I don't need to worry about any details or anything like that. That's all going to be done later. Let's see, you are here. You kind of fade into the dark. And then I've got this here and here and there. And that's going to be his little leg, which has some burnt, hey, got it right, burnt sienna. Little knee. Speaking of, oh, that's what I wanted to mention beforehand. My knees keep popping out of, like, dislocating. I have an issue with it. I've not had too big of an issue in a while, so I haven't mentioned it, but there is a possibility if I bend over wrong or if I move my leg wrong, it may pop out of, like, the socket there. Don't call emergency for me. I will be okay. It just takes some weird heavy breathing while I try to calm myself down and figure out how to get it back in. I can get it back into the socket on my own. I don't need help, but if that happens, that would be horribly embarrassing to happen during the live stream, and hopefully it never will. It never has, but it went out the other day really bad. And I'm always thinking that, like, oh God, if that happened during the live stream, people would think I'm dying. But it's always a possibility if I just move wrong, especially when I bend down to get my colored pencils and such. That seems to be if I'm kneeling down is always the worst. When I stand back up is when it likes to pop out. So anyway, it's just a me thing, not something like it hurts, but I live through it. It's not an emergency or anything. The last one, I was actually kind of scared I wasn't going to get it back into the socket on my own. It did not want to go back in place. And I was like, I fell, story time, because apparently I'm going to ramble. I fell, or it happened in, we have like this little, they call it a Pulte planning center. It's like a little mini office. Like I have my real office, but there's a mini office that's like off the kitchen. And I was looking for something in the drawers in there, kneeling down. And when I went to stand up, that's when it popped out. But normally when that happens, I can kind of plop back onto my butt on the floor and like work the leg to get it back where it's supposed to go. Yeah, I couldn't fall back. So I was like stuck on one leg. There was no room to flop back. It was a hot mess. It was a bit of a nightmare. I was kind of scared because no one was here, and I'm like, what if I can't get it back this time? But I lived. It was fine. But if it happens, it's kind of normal for me. From Oriole Beagle wants to give a super chat to the puppies. Wade knew somehow. Gibson, are you just not going to come? These are big ones too. Thank you so much. Oh, that's tasty. Oh my gosh, so good. They got a bath this weekend. I normally wash them in the outside when it's hot. It's Texas. It's hot most of the time. So they normally get their baths out in the backyard. And this was the first time I actually tried to drag them into my shower for it, but they were just getting too stinky. We couldn't wait for spring anymore, although it's like 85 tomorrow. We've had really nice weather here in Texas this week. But yeah, they are all soft and smell nice now, huh? Much better. Lay down, Gibson. Wade, go lay down. Down. Okay, I need to get the darks in here. Now this is important. I'm gonna go a little bit darker than what I want my end result to be so that I can use lighter pencils on top. I'm gonna use some red oxide and some brown, a little bit of black. Good boys. And we're just gonna pull that in here. Oh, we have from Tracy, also wants to give a super chat to the pups. Do you want, yeah, you can come, Gibson. Do you see him wait there? That was his, wait, did you actually say yes? Or I'm not sure if I misheard you. I don't want you to be mad at me. This is a good boy. Yes, that's a good boy. Even like when they come in the house, when they're outside, they have to wait for me to say clear before they're allowed to cross the door because they kept running me over and I got sick of getting hurt. So I put Gibson knows to wait. He'll come and wait, but sometimes he's like not sure, like, wait, did you actually say clear? Did you trick me? And he'll sit there, he'll go and then stop and wait and make eye contact to make sure. It's actually really, it's cuter in person. That's a terrible story. Go lay down. Lay down. Thank you so much, guys. Lay down. Down. It's funny. Who said that? Kristen said fat peppers. Actually, she said fat peppers. But I actually had a lady get mad at me on one of the comments the other day that my dogs were too thin and how not good it was. And I'm like, yeah, that's a greyhound. Is that one of those tell me you don't know what a greyhound is without telling me you don't know? They are not too thin. They eat better than I do by a long shot. Actually, I probably spend more on their food every month than I do my own. I'm taking a little bit of black. I'm going to darken that up around that wing. Again, I want to go a little bit, oh, camera. I want to go a little bit darker than what I want that end result to be. So this is where I just put the black. Sorry about that. I'm using my red iron oxide and black together, and this gives me like a dark brown. So we've got you, I've got somewhere in here. And I'll come back and add more black too. I'm starting with a sort of mid-tone so that I can then have lights and darks. Okay, now I'm going to come back through with the black on the darker areas. Remember, this is going to be the underpainting, so it's going to look out of focus, like something a kid did. So sometimes it's kind of frustrating when you're looking at your work at this stage. We're going to clean all of this up with colored pencils. You know, some of you guys are having really cold weather and probably it's 8 at night, after 8 at night, and it's 70 degrees right now in Texas. It is so nice right now. So I thought I'd rub that in. But how are you guys handling? I know you guys, some of you are in like super cold weather right now. I just have to rub in that our weather is so nice because our summers are so freaking hot. So, you know, we don't get nice weather that often in Texas. We're usually either too hot or too cold. Our cold doesn't last that long, luckily. So I am going to point it out a lot when it happens, because I'm super happy about it. And I actually have windows open, which is, that was weird how nice that felt to just get some fresh air in here. I think that's the leg in the back, and there his little nose thing. I don't know. I can't tell. Nick would know. Nick used to be a beekeeper. Educate us, Nick. What is the, I don't know, what is this, his little nose, or that's his leg in the background? I don't know. I'm just copying what I see. Again, go a little bit darker than what I want that result to be so I can use lighter colored pencils over it. We'll get some I'm using the red iron oxide here. These legs are out of focus. Those will stay out of focus. Let's switch over to the burnt sienna right there for his little arm fluff. I'm just going to use a lot of the, actually we'll use the raw sienna. Burnt sienna, still not raw sienna. I still don't own raw sienna. And then the highlights I'll do with the pencil there. Okay, now we need some little white circly guys. Let's wipe this off. Actually, I'm gonna flip. So this side of the sponge is still clean compared to that side. I'm just gonna flip that upside down so I can use the other side as the clean side. You prefer cold to hot, Gail? No. I am your opposite in that. Definitely prefer the heat. I love the heat. I'm going to do some little circles. Now, these are the ones that are going to be more out. Oh, some of those are going to get cut off. I need to remember where I'm at on here. Little circles. I'm actually going to get, it's warm enough, I'll get to do some yard work tomorrow. I did some on, I still, my arms and shoulders are killing me because I had to trim off a bunch of bottom branches of some of my trees. And I just used like the little handsaw thing. Even raising my arm like that, my shoulder's like, nope, you are not doing that right now. But I did a bunch of work in the yard on Tuesday. It was so, or no, not Tuesday, Monday. It was really nice out. So tomorrow I have more yard work to do. I'm really looking forward to getting outside. I haven't left the house in like 2 weeks, so outside seems like a long ways away for me. Little dots. Now these little dots in here, some of them I want out of focus and some will definitely not be out of focus. So I'm going to put some in, but some will be done just with a colored pencil. Especially the bigger ones that are up close. Now you don't have to make any of them out of focus. You can make everything in focus and be totally fine on this. That's up to you. Yeah, my frogs are super noisy tonight. Some of the babies have gotten old enough that they can chirp too, so we've got a lot of talking in there. I want to get some little lines in there that are going to be with the pan pastel so that they stay out of focus. Oh, we have from Dina another super chat. Do you guys want another super chat? Yeah, you can come. Good boys. Thank you, Dina. You guys are getting all the sweet potatoes tonight. Oh, those are tasty. Thank you. I say thank you to you, but like how I say to them. So I'm using my dog voice for you. Thank you, Dina. Okay, go lay down. Down. Gibson, don't lick the water bottle. Oh, you left it. He had to crunch it all over the floor. Now he's picking up his crumbs. Okay, remember to change the camera this time. Go lay down. Cal, yours is gone. Gibson, down. Down. Both of you, go lay down. Down. Wade, lay down. Cow. He's like, maybe. I'll think about it. And that's why we call him the bad cow. Can't decide what bed you want? And I'm not pushing very hard. That gives me some of these thinner lines. Let's see, we'll have some going up there later. When I load this, what I'm doing, I don't know how well this will show, but when I want that thinner line, I'm kind of holding the brush on its side. So I'm loading the edge more than the actual pad part. Let's see, we'll get a little bit of a light area back here. Just trying to get all of the out of focus ones I might want. You don't have to put all of them, and obviously nothing is exact to my photo. And I can come back and add more later if I feel it needs more. Do they ever snuggle or share the same bed? Not intentionally. Gibson hates sharing his bed. He's very, greyhounds, it's not uncommon for them to be weird about that. Gibson certainly is protective of his beds. He's gotten a little bit better over time. I don't know if it'll show up for you on this photo. I took photos because it was like that rare. Tonight when I told them to lay down when I was getting ready to feed them, they both hit the bed. I don't know if that really shows. You can kind of see they're in the same bed. They both hit the same bed at the same time, or like they just wanted to do the command given as fast as possible because they wanted to be fed as fast as possible. Then they did it again in the living room, or between the kitchen and the thing. There's one bed there. They both decided they wanted the bed closest to me while I prepared their food. So that was, I don't know how well you could see that, but that was pretty funny today. Both were memorable enough situations that I took a photo. So if that tells you anything about how not often they do that. So I'm just connecting to some of these little lines that were up there now, or the dots. Okay, I can come back and add more later if I need to, but I think I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my pencils. I think we're at a pretty good spot. Get a few more in there. Okay. So let's get these out of the way for now. And I'm going to mist, well, while I'm up, I may as well get the pencils. Okay, the top one I didn't have to bend too much, so my knee's okay. Let's fingers crossed for the second one. Okay, we're good. And I'm going to switch the camera out right now. Let's remove this camera. Which one is that? My palette. Let's deactivate that one and pull up this photo in place so we can see what we're working on here. Okay, and I have a lot of pencils already out. Let me see if any of those are what I'm looking for. Probably. Let's just pull them over here. Where's my container? There we go, for pencil sharpeners. And before I start, I need to mist this with my Spectrafix. I've got it in a fine mist sprayer there. And this is just going to seal that down. I'm going to use a hairdryer. So this doesn't just speed things up, it also helps the paper to dry flat into shape. With the Inktense and MeWe, it's really absorbent, so when it gets wet from the fixative, it warps like crazy, so this will help it to dry back flat. Okay, let's go ahead. Actually, I'm going to move my phone over here. And I've got a board that, it's just a piece of cardboard that I have taped glassine to the front so it can sit on my easel and slide around easily. Go. I've taped this at an angle. I guess you can't really see there. Okay, so I'm going to start with his eye because that's usually where I start on things. And I'm pushing a bit harder. I'm using my polychromos. And I need, let's see, we're going to have a blue. This one is cobalt turquoise. It's just a light blue. It doesn't matter which blue you go with. Just make sure whatever blue you do go with, that it's the same one that you use throughout the rest of the piece. You don't want to be using a million different colors, shades of blue, especially in this piece because we don't have much there. A little bit on the shine, a little bit in the wing. Moral of the story, just commit to one. Okay. We've got a highlight right here with the white. I want that to stand out a bit more. Let's use this one is the Pablo white. Right there. And then I'm going to use that blue for the highlight coming down. Instead, the photo shows more of a gray. I want blue because I think it looks nicer. And I'm going to use Put Mortem for some of the darker area over here, and then I'll fill in the darkest area with black. And the black, I can push a little bit harder now because I know I don't need additional lines on top, or layers on top. Okay. Little hairs. He did not wax his upper lip. Too much info, Lisa. Yeah, I think this is his little snoot tube, or his little nose thing. Nick, what is that actually called? And I've got, this is terracotta, I believe. I'm gonna pull a little bit in here, and I actually need like a cream. Oh, this one will probably work. That is the Caran d'Ache. Oh, I can never read theirs. Brown ochre, 50%. Oh, I want brown ochre 10%. Where is that? Pretty sure I had that one out recently. Ooh, you'll work. What are you? Burnt ochre 10%. Sold, sir. Okay. We've got there. We've got a little fluff up here. More, I actually need to sharpen that terracotta pencil. Sharpen that one too. And I don't worry if this is the exact same color that's on my reference photo. I'm just looking at values. Are my lights light enough? My dark's dark enough? That's what matters more. Now make sure when you draw, I had a piece of paper over here earlier. Where did I put it? I have no idea. Don't do zigzags back and forth. I'm lifting the pencil with each little hair. Zigzags, well, they look like zigzags. We don't want zigzag fur. And it's so hard to, like, we all do it. Like, it's annoying how much we all do it. This didn't look white enough here. I'm gonna, now that I've got some of the dark in, I'm gonna take my Faber-Castell Perfection Eraser and just erase right here, remove some of that color where I want the white, and then I can go back over with a more opaque white. I have, you're not even a colored pencil. Get out of here, charcoal. Good try, sir. Where is my... I either want a Derwent Drawing Chinese white or I want a Derwent Light Fast white. Those are going to be my more opaque whites. Ooh, that is going to fall. Do not knock over my tea. I will cry more than if I pop my knee out of joint again. Okay. I want that to really show up. So the trick, when your whites aren't showing up, like I kept putting more white and it just wasn't bright enough. So the trick there is to take a Faber-Castell Perfection Eraser, which is a must-have, and just erase the spot you want. And now look at how well that white showed up. Like here, I want more white. If I go over it, it doesn't really get whiter. If I want more white there, I've got to erase a little bit. And now the white will be super bold. So there's probably the most helpful thing I can show you tonight, the trick for making your white when you can't get it bright enough. Faber-Castell Perfection Eraser. It's kind of like an ink eraser, so it's not the same as a normal eraser. Now, I used to do that with, like it used to be a part of my supply list. The electric erasers were what I would use for colored pencil. The problem is it gums up too much. This has a rougher tooth to it. Like it's perfect for colored pencil. So I use that now instead and get way better results. So using the black here, let's make this little shoulder pretty defined. I'll come back through with white too to lighten this even more. Where did I put it? Why would I put that pencil down? There it is. I want mine to be a little bit lighter in some of this fur, but see how every time I go back and forth, I'm lifting the pencil. Don't zigzag. It's not cute. I'm okay with mine being a little bit fluffier than the photo just because I love fluffy bees. I don't care if it's accurate. I just like fluff, like my jumping spiders. I'm just watching the direction that the fur moves. So it's rows, although mine are a little bit too much of a row here. I need to break some of this up right in here. There we go. Okay, let's work on this shoulder a little bit more. We've got some definite lighter fur. Oh, let's sharpen that pencil. Yeah, and if I'm not answering your questions, I'll do all of that at the end of, if I'm not. Why would I say if? I'm just adding extra words in there. I will be answering everybody's questions at the end of the live stream. So if you feel ignored, there's where the if comes. If you feel ignored, you are, but only temporarily. Where was I here? We've got some little hairs. And again, watching the direction those little furs go. Okay, I'm going to switch over to this more cream color. That is the, I think, what did I say? It was burnt ochre. Yeah, burnt ochre 10%. The reason that I'm switching to the Caran d'Ache Luminance or the Derwent Drawing is those are more opaque. So for these lighter colors, it's just going to show up better. But for colors that are going to be where I just want the fine detail and I don't, like I'm good with them being dark and not opaque, the polychromos are great because they hold that sharp point better. I don't have to sharpen them as often. Some terracotta in here. Let's see, this arm is really dark right here, so I'm pushing a bit harder. It just kind of fades out into the fluff. And this, I'm thinking, is it the arm in the back? I don't know. So sometimes when you're looking at a photo like that, if you don't know what it is, just draw it as it is. Like that's anatomically correct even if you're not understanding what you're seeing. I did a lionfish in the Derwent watercolor pencils. I love that, how it came out. when I did it though, there was one fin that I was like, I don't know what I'm seeing here. I'm just going to look at it as abstract shapes, copy what I see. Are my lights light enough? My dark's dark enough? My camera was not even in the right place. Are my lights light enough? My dark's dark enough? And in the end, when I backed up and looked at it, it was like, oh, that's what that fin is doing. I had it correct because I copied what I saw, but it did not make sense while I was doing it at all. But because I trusted the reference photo, it all worked out. Came together in the end. Push it a bit harder there. Make sure that center is really dark. Okay. We've got you. Let's start in over here a bit. This is kind of out of focus. Let's get some terracotta in there. It's shaded a bit by that wing. And then let's see, some little hairs going in a few different directions. The black comes up just a bit. And this is where I'm going to start putting more of the blue when I get the highlight on the black part of the body. It's not really so much blue in the reference photo, but it's just going to make them look a little bit shinier. Someone just said, Dina said, I'm allergic to bees. I promise you're not allergic to this one. This one, hypoallergenic. I'm going to do that even where the white is up here. I'll put white in addition to it. You've got a shiny bum. Okay, let's get some little hairs. That is the burnt ochre 10% that I'm using, so it's just kind of a peachy color, but I want it to be opaque, so that's why I'm using the Caran d'Ache Luminance versus a Polychromos for that. Just watch the direction of the little furs. We've got a hairy leg here, so let's get some little hair coming out there. And then it gets out of focus. We've got a lot of hair. Oops, see, this already has to be sharpened because of it being such a soft lead. Oops, that's fine. And we need to get darker as we move back here. I'll switch over to Caput for some of the fluff. Oh, actually, I lied. I like this color. This is Venetian Red, I believe. Yeah, that's perfect for darkening there. And actually, I'm going to use that up in a couple of other spots, which I would need to do anyway. If you introduce a new color where you're like, oh, I like this one, I should have used it, go and add it in other places too. Otherwise, it doesn't make a ton of sense if it's in one spot. That Venetian Red's great for a lot of the darker areas in here. I'll have to go even darker with some of it. Okay, let's see, where am I? This area, we've got a lighter area now in here. Just kind of fades. This part's a bit out of focus. I'm going to overlap the black just a bit to gray up some of that. Loki is really squawky in the other room. I think he's going to be in a mood tonight of way too much energy. I went in there earlier and I was leaving and suddenly, I thought it was Chicken because Chicken's usually the one that does that. Suddenly I had claws in my face, like scratches on my face, and Chicken in my shoulder, but it wasn't Chicken. It was actually a fairy turkey. Loki decided I was not leaving without him. It was really cute, but also I couldn't get him off of me. He was just holding his face up to mine, trying to give me kisses. If you are new and you do not know what in the world I'm talking about, he will be visiting us in a bit here when we're done with the artwork. So I'm going to add some white. And again, I'm using a more opaque white. This is my Derwent Light Fast, which is super opaque. Okay, and now let's start pulling the black in. Now I'm back to my polychromos because I want a finer line there, or a sharper point. Now, you could use any pencils you have to follow along. You don't have to use exact. I'm only explaining why I'm making the choices that I'm making. That doesn't mean if you're using a different brand altogether, different colors, that yours won't look just as good. This is why I make the choices I'm making. Now here, it's not that the hairs are black. The hairs are actually that lighter color, but the black shows up better. So what I'm doing is filling in the space in between those little hairs. Super short right here. Let's see, we've got a really thin line of the highlighted color. Weird, I haven't gotten text from my mom yet asking to have this one. She must not be watching. I feel like I should message her and make sure she's alive. She tries to claim everything. White line here. I can never say the word white line without hearing that song from, like, when was that? The 90s? I really want to watch that I'm getting some variation in the direction that fur is going. Look at that photo. If your stripes aren't in the exact right place, like they're a little wider, a little thinner, it's not a big deal. No one's really going to notice the difference. Just go for close. Okay. Let's pull some mortem into some of this. Back over here, paper. I'm going to get that transition between the black and the lighter colors. I'm going to take the terracotta and get more of an orangey tone into some of this. Right along this area here, I want more of the orange. Could put mortem, we're going to darken that up a little bit in there. Okay, let's get his, oh, I've got some hairy legs I need to add still. Now that is not showing up super well. I'm going to take a darker color, actually I could put mortem will probably work, and make the look of the little hairs with the darker color. Okay, let's move on to the wing. I'm going to start with some of these lighter colors. This is another area. I don't care if the lines are exact to the photo, just go for close. Actually, let's take the Kaput Mortem and do some of these darker ones too. pushing really hard on that edge to keep that nice and clean. I mean, not so hard that I'm putting a hole in the paper, just more pressure than I did for pretty much everything else. Okay, now let's get some more of the white. And this, I'm going to use a lighter hand on a lot of this where I want it to look, I want it to be a bit more textured. I want some of the background color kind of poking through so you get that tooth of the paper where it looks rougher. That is absolutely the look I'm going for here. There are not many times where I intentionally want it to be kind of bumpy looking. This is going to be one of them though. Pushing pretty hard with that white to make sure that's really standing out. I'm going to come through with a little bit of blue as well on some areas in the wing. So we've got my light blue. I'm just going to pull a few spots in there. I'm having to push a little bit harder there so that that shows up. Okay, we've got another dark area here. We'll define that a bit more. Let's move on to the flower. And then if I decide after I've not looked at the bee for so long that he needs a little more detail work, I can actually, hold on, he needs some fluff in here with white for sure. Okay. Now he's got some fluff. Let's get the flower in, and then if I decide later on I want anything else in the bee, I can do that. So we're just going to use white for the brighter parts, and if they don't show up, okay, they show up fine. If they didn't, I would just take my Faber-Castell Perfection Eraser and erase a little bit. See, like there, because I've got so much pencil and stuff in there, let's erase some of that. And I like having some of the little bits of the flower over him because it really makes it look like he's like really buried himself into that flower. I push pretty hard with that eraser, but don't keep doing it. Like you don't want to keep going over the same spot again and again and again because you will burn through that paper. See, over here they stand out just fine because they're not going over more colored pencil. Some of these I won't push as hard, leave it nice and light so it looks like they're out of focus more. Few of these have more of a light highlight, but most of these are more of a light pink. Let's see if I've got a pink that's opaque enough to show up. Otherwise, I'll have to put white down and then pink over it. Or the other way around, doesn't really matter. got, my best chance is going to be with the Caran d'Ache Luminance. We've got a coral, but that's not going to be the right color. I need pink. This is kind of in a really, I can't even see what this says. Burnt sienna 10%. It's not really pink. Polychromos has the best selection of pinks, but they're not going to be as opaque, which is where my problem is coming in. Like, this is the right color. It's not going to show up super well, so I'm going to have to combine this with white, I think. Oof. Something just hit the ground. How important was it? Ow, brown. I'm not even using that color. It wasn't important at all. I don't even know why you're out. Okay, let's see if, yeah, it doesn't even show up at all. Let's do white and I'll do this over it. Actually, you know what? Polychromos white is probably good because it's not opaque enough. It's just gonna let the background pink show through. So that's probably gonna work pretty good. Yeah, and I can put pink over it if I need to. And most of this is not gonna show down here. This all gets cut off pretty low or pretty high, whatever. I need more dots. Does anyone remember that old World of Warcraft video? More dots, more dots. I played a warlock back then, so I related to that well. Like 2 people might have a chance of knowing what I'm talking about right now. I want these to be a little bit thicker, not just like thin lines. That's going to be important here. I'm not pushing hard. That's working well. It's just letting the background pink show through. Were you saying the Faber-Castell pencil eraser? The Perfection eraser is what I erase. This is the Faber-Castell Perfection eraser. This is what I use to erase. Yeah, a lot of these I'll go over with more pink though. This is just a whole mess in here. I need to make sure to make them a little bit thicker than what I'm doing. See, like right there, I've got to erase some of the B so that the white will show up over it. See, in here, same thing. That white is not going to show up without erasing some. And then put the white over it. I'm going to switch to a more opaque white there so that shows up better. Wrong pencil. I need there to look like there's a lot of overlapping going on in here, so we'll just put a bunch in there. Okay, and one of the things that I can do to make that, so this pink is not going to be dark. I don't think it'll be dark enough. A little bit. Actually, that's pretty good. I will use you, but I do want something a little bit darker too that's a similar pink but darker version of that. You will work. Come here. I'm going to go in between some of these lines to pull out some of the darks. Okay. This is fuchsia. We can make some of the areas in the pink much more bold. I'm just working around the white lines that I just did. Yeah, that song just went in my head again. Like, it's not even possible to say the words white lines without hearing that song. How many of you are old enough to know what I'm talking about? Oh, this is a pretty pink. You know, it's funny, the song White Lines, I didn't know what it meant when I was younger. I mean, I would have been a teenager at the time, but a very innocent teenager, had no clue what any of that meant. And it's funny, as an adult, looking back going, oh my gosh, they played that on the radio all the time? Like, that is, wow. Now I can come along the edge of some of these pink lines and make more, or the, well, I guess they're pink now. Hey, and then the song didn't go through my head. Make defined edges on those. And remember, this is going to be, where is my map? I had it over here somewhere. Oh, here it is. This is going to be cut off a lot, so where it looks like it's weird, like, why are you stopping there? You're not even going to see all of this, so that's why I'm not really focusing down there. It's up here, once it's matted, is what shows. Get in there. There. Okay. I need to stop worrying about that because really from here down does not show. Oh, Loki is talking away. He's probably going to be pretty talkative in here tonight. He's probably just super excited because 9 o'clock is his normal bedtime and he never wants to go to bed. So he's probably super excited to know it's supposed to be bedtime, but that he still gets to be up. Oh, Matt's rolled him out. I can hear him coming. Okay, good timing because we're just about done. I'm going to pull a little bit more of the actually, I'm going to switch. I think we're good with the colored pencils. I'm going to switch to the Pan Pastels and just soften some of this out a little bit. Let me move these in here. And then we will be done with this and we can answer your questions. I hope you have a lot of them because we got done with this really early tonight. I just want to put a few more dots and then we'll kick the puppies out, bring in the fairy turkey. Oh, speaking of, we've got a, whoop, there we go. You guys want a super chat from Terry? Thank you so much, Terry. There you go. Good boys. Thank you. Oh, that's very tasty. Okay. Was it good? Oh, I'm liking this guy. Okay. Go lay down. 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 Cow. Cow. Bad cow does not want to listen. Okay. And what I want to do is just soften up a little bit more of this now that I can kind of see where everything is. I just want a few more of these softer. I love the big sigh Gibson always makes when he lays down, like it was just so exhausting to walk over there. We've really inconvenienced his life. He was very busy and we made him get up. I'm going to pull a little bit of pink over these, now that it'll show up. Okay, we are done. Now to sign it, because again, that mat is going to cover a lot of this, we're going to move this up. Gail said about the Spectrafix, how much pencil layering can go on top of that? A lot. Like it sticks pretty well. And even here, once before I mat this, it will get sprayed with Spectrafix one more time because I put some pan pastels over it. So let's line up where I want him to be, like right about there. There we go. So there is the finished one. The bidding, if you are in the US and you want to bid on this guy, the starting bid is $70 and he will come matted, ready to pop into a frame. This looks a little bit more teal. It's actually green in person. Let me pull it over here so you can see a bit better. Whoops. Oh, I need to move that. Loki is definitely going to get into that. Loki's going to get into everything. There's not really a safe place to put anything over here. Here we go. So here is the finished bee. So you can see it's a little, well, not really. It's more green in person though than the teal that I'm seeing on my screen. It might just be my screen though. So wait, there, straight. There's the bee. Again, it looks better, I think way better once he's matted because the design was not intended to have that much extra space around the edge. So let's see if we can put that back where it goes. It'll be about like that. There we go. There's the finished bee. Yay! Okay. Yeah, the teal's still pretty. Because it's for sale, I get a bit more like, I want to make sure when I sell something that it is as accurate as possible, that you don't get it and go, whoa, that's not what I was expecting. I always want you to feel like that's way better than I was expecting, not, or even like, because sometimes you want a specific color. Where, I think glasses cleaner is missing and these are filthy. Oh my gosh. There it is. Sometimes you're just like, with me, I really like teal and I'll order something online. It'll even say that it's teal and you get it in person. You're like, that's not even teal. That's navy blue. Like that's not even that close to teal. So I try to be as accurate as possible so that you get what you're expecting. Okay. Now let me move this stuff out of the way and we will roll Loki in and we can open our squawk box and then we will answer your questions. Loki will hang out, where did I put it? While we answer questions, which is always, oh God, I've got 50 minutes to put up with him. He's a lot. He is extra. So that will be exhausting is definitely the word I'm looking for. Okay, let's cut the squawk box open while I'm standing up here. Do I have anything to cut? Oh, yeah. Wow, I actually have an X-Acto knife. Is that the only one that's taped? Yeah, okay. Okay, let me move the pups. Come on, boys. Here, let's bring one of these beds with us. Move. No, I need this, Wade. Cow, move. Cow, off the bed. Give. Give. Messed up my fingernail. Fixed. Okay. Whoops. I can hear him. Okay, someone gets that bed. They probably all need to go outside. Okay. I'm going to get all the toys. Nope. I crashed. This is why I'm not allowed to drive. Bring in his play stand. No, you're not coming back in. Both of you, out. Come on. Come on. Out you go. I'm going to get Loki. Okay, you ready, Loki? Okay, come on. Hi. Oh my gosh, so happy. I'm gonna need paper towels because you are a poop machine. All the kisses. Thank you, you're kissing. Whoops. I know, I'm very excited to see you too. It's been a whole hour. What was that? If anyone is from India and knows what the heck he said, his old family spoke, is it Hindu, Hindi? I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. He says it before he says give kiss, and we're pretty sure it's not English. We know the owner said that he does speak because they were from India. We just don't know what it is. Peekaboo. No, not that time. What? Fine. Well, we're going to open your, yeah. Okay, so this is his, oh, let's wake up this camera again because yeah. Hold on 1 second. I have to activate that camera. Okay, so here is the squawk box. What? I don't know the easier way to do this. Probably the opposite of whatever way I come up with. Let me move some stuff out of the way. You ready to open it? Yeah? Okay, so my link, I've got an affiliate link in the video description. I bought the squawk box myself, but then they have the option for affiliate links, so why not? So if you want to pick one of these up, they are available for your birds. I get the small size. Now, they say on their website that the small size is more for like your parakeets, cockatiels, parrotlets, and then the next size up is for conures and these guys. But I'm really glad that we just stick with the small for everybody because these toys are perfectly fine for his size, usually, huh? Where are you going? You want to see what we got? So these come, huh? So there is the squawk box, and it's a subscription box. Yeah? Oh, thank you. We're gonna make out. Okay, it's kind of inappropriate on TV or YouTube, whatever. All the kisses. Oh, wow. So they come with a little pamphlet, tells you what it is. It has this fluff that my birds love to play with. So that paper stuff packing material is awesome. Okay, so this month is obviously, I choose you. Valentine's. Oh, this one's gonna be, I don't know who's getting this one, but that is gonna be fun for them to shred. So this is our first, what? Huh? Okay, that'll definitely be something fun. Now, this is not a toy that I think I'm going to put in anyone's cage because I could see somebody chewing this enough to get their head stuck in. I'll use this as an it's a little bouquet of roses. How cute is that? Oh man, they are going to have fun with this. But I'm going to leave this, will be a permanent fixture on either this place stand or one of the others because I definitely feel like this shreddable stuff, once it gets chewed, it would be really easy to get stuck in. So I would not leave it. You want to play? Yeah? You like it? All right, got an itch. What? I'm allowed to itch my face. Yes. Oh, we're going to get, thank you. Thank you so much, sir. We're still kissing? Okay. Want flowers? I love you too. I got you flowers. You want these? Should we put these back here for you to play on? Or play with? Play on, whatever. We'll just hang those back there. You can go get them if you want. Here, look. Doesn't that look like fun? No? I look like fun. Okay, let's see what we got next. That one is so cute though. Oh, I love this. Okay, French Fry has to get this just because it's so cute. I don't know how much he'll play with this one because this doesn't feel like something that French Fry would be able to chew that much, but I want it in my office because they're hard and they're more pinkish red. Red always looks like orange in this camera, but it's red. That is so cute. It says, I choose you. How cute. You want to look at that? No? You just want to look at me. Okay. Well, I'm not going to put that one up there for you. So that can go in my office. Next we have, oh, I kind of want to give this to French Fry too. Maybe chicken though. How cute are these? So these things are actually, this type of wood is really easy to chew on. This one is like a corn cob thing. Actually, some of these are a little bit rougher. They might be better for one of the ring necks. It's a little wood sign. Oh my gosh, so adorable. There's the hanger. That is adorable. Do you want to chew on that? Yeah? You think it's good? Want to test it? Go test it? Huh? Should we put that one in your cage? Yeah? You like it? Is it good? What do you think? Is that a good one? Okay. See, these are kind of big. Like I can't imagine bigger than this for, oh, this is cute. This is like the little calcium blocks. It's little cupcakes, upside down cupcakes, I think. It goes this way. My little birds love these chewy things. So that type of rope paper, you want to look at it? Yeah? What do you think? Oh, you want to bite that? You like it? You can actually eat that. It's calcium. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, or a mineral block. Let's see what it says. It looks like one of the calcium mineral ones. I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'm not going to waste too much more time looking. Bless you. Okay, and we usually have, yep, the last thing in here are our Talon treats, which this month is Love You Berry Munch cereal. It's flax, did you just poop? Yes, you did. And it's on my arm, and that is why we brought paper towels. Yeah, because you're a poop machine. Thank you. I will be taking a shower after this. Okay, we've got flax, millet, buckwheat, quinoa. I never say that right. Matt always has to correct me. Amaranth, sesame, sunflower, goji berries. Is that how you say it? Yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be a French fry treat. I don't think you want it. You just want the bag. What? You think it's funny? You just put a hole in the bag. Why would you do that? Why would you do? Why? Okay, let's see here. Oh yeah, Loki does a lot of peekaboo. That's like his favorite thing. What? I know I said the peekaboo word, huh? Oh, non-stop peekaboo. Non-stop. Yeah? Do you want to try one of these? It's a goji berry thing. You not sure? He's like, that's not a pistachio. I'm not taking it right now. You want to try anything out of there? Look, I opened it. You think it's funny? It's not funny. It's tasty. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing at it? You just put holes in it. No? You don't want it? What about the seeds? No? Here, you want to go back on this? Go play with the new toy. Oh yeah, that's a good one, huh? Okay, so on to your art questions. And I'm sure we'll be doing a lot of peekaboos shortly because that is his favorite thing. He can't get enough peekaboo. That's like his favorite thing to do, to play over and over, to where you're dizzy, you're at it, your neck hurts from doing it over and over. It's a whole thing with him, but he loves it. Okay. Oh, we got a bid for the bee. The bee got a home. Let's see. Whoops. Okay, let's pull that up. Discord hasn't been sending me any notifications. Okay, we have from Dina says, what is your opinion of artwork done in coloring books? Is it considered real art? No. I've seen so many amazing pages done by colorists and wondering what your thoughts are on the topic. Okay, here's did the colorist draw the image? Then yes, it's real art. But otherwise, like, I don't know, I just don't put coloring books in the same category as art. It's more like a craft or a hobby type thing, to me anyway. I'm not saying it doesn't take skill. Everything you do, you can get good at. Like cleaning the house, you can be extra good at cleaning tile. That doesn't mean it's an art, like if that makes sense. Yes, you're using pencils. Yes, you're using the tools, but no, I don't. If you drew it yourself, yes. If you did not draw it yourself and you're just working out of a coloring book, it's more of like it's a hobby. It's a puzzle. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't take skill, and I'm not saying that you can't benefit from it. I think it's actually really good. What doing down there? I think it's really good for practice and getting control of your colored pencils. I don't want to, someone's gonna get mad at me no matter what. I'm not trying to devalue coloring books. I'm just saying a coloring book and fine art, not in the same category. Like, not even a little. I'm not saying that they're not enjoyable or that they're not, I love coloring books. I just never have time to do them because I've got too much other stuff to do. But, yeah, I don't think negatively of them, but like, if I go to an art gallery, I don't expect to see something out of a coloring book on the wall. You know what I mean? Oh, good, you're back. I have a back turkey. So no, I don't put them in the same category as fine art, I'll say. Anything can be, somebody calls everything an art. Somebody put a toilet up against a wall in a corner and called it art. So okay, coloring book is more art than that. So I could almost argue against myself right now and go, the coloring book is more art than a lot of the modern art. aka cash laundering, money laundering that we see. So in that sense, it's way better. But oh, we're gonna do peekaboo. No, you're not even doing peekaboo though. You're acting like you want to, but then you don't want to. What is happening? No, denied by a fairy turkey. Again, where are you? Oh, that can't be good. He's on my workbench. I don't see where this could go wrong. What are you gonna do? What are you doing? What is the fairy turkey doing over there? You gonna get into stuff? Let me move stuff out of the way so you don't poop on that. Here, there's toys. Let me put the toys in there, and if you want to chew on them, you can. There's things to chew on. There you go. He hangs out in these at night. He usually gets, there you go. Whoa, look, it's you. He gets millet on the box a lot. But yeah, I don't look at coloring books as, I'm not saying that they're not beautiful, but it's not what I would consider the same. So, it's kind of weird. Like I would never even think of a coloring book fine art. So somebody's going to get so mad at me for that because they put work into it. It doesn't mean you're not good at it. It doesn't mean it's not beautiful. I'm just saying, I don't consider it the same as somebody who is hand painting or drawing something. Now, again, if somebody drew out coloring pages themselves and it's their process, then that I would consider. And I know that seems like a weird fine line to draw, and it's just my personal opinion. You can have whatever opinion you like, but I just don't put them in the same category if you're working on somebody else's coloring page. Yeah. Okay. What? We're not going to do that. That scream, by the way, is like ear deafening, and I won't be able to hear right out of this ear for a while. It doesn't sound as bad on your end, but dear God, is it terrible in person? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's see. Mary said, can you use Prismacolor soft core with pan pastels? You should be able to. Wait, Prismacolor soft core. Those are the, no. What are soft core? Hold on. I don't know what those are. Is that the pastel? Hold on. Don't bite me when I touch my mouse. I have to look something up really quick. Let's see. Soft core pencils. Okay, I don't know what these are. Therefore, I cannot give you let's see, Prismacolor colored pencil. Prismacolor Premier you can. I'm looking at what is called soft core. Premier soft core. Okay, I think it's similar, if not the Prismacolor Premier. They're all saying soft core, so I think it's the same thing. If it's just your normal Prismacolor Premier, yes, you can. Okay. Also, while we're at it, thank you, Nick. If you have not already signed up on Patreon for as little as $6 a month, you get access to all of my over 400 art lessons. They are anywhere 1 to 4. I've got, oh gosh, the last one was several parts. It was so long. And those I go way more in depth on detail. We're getting more into photorealism. And here's the thing about Patreon. I had someone recently join and then instantly want to cancel because she decided everything I had was too hard, which is kind of funny because you can look that up. You can see, if you're not sure, what I have available by going to my Patreon video library that you can find on my website, lachri.com. But the things that feel too hard, that's what I want you to start with. I want you, in order to improve, you've got to step way outside your comfort zone. The harder the lesson looks, your work's not going to look like mine when you're starting. That's normal. And I think too many people take that as a failure. Oh, it doesn't look the same as the teachers, therefore I'm not ready for this. It's not as good. A lot of people want to start with beginner lessons because it's really easy to look like the teacher when the teacher themselves is a beginner, which is most of what you see on YouTube. You do have a few amazing teachers on YouTube, but a lot of what you're going to see, like on the YouTube, the free stuff, or even the time-lapse videos, so much of it, the teachers themselves are technically beginners. I'm not saying they're not doing pretty work, but they're like skill technique level. It's easy to match theirs because they're not pushing you. They're never going to push you. A lot of those teachers, they themselves are not. They are beginners and kind of stuck in that beginner zone. So good at beginner stuff. Yes. Is it pretty? Absolutely. Should you do them? Absolutely. That's always going to be a value, but you shouldn't stick with those. You want to jump into things that are more difficult if you want to improve. And that's going to mean your work is not going to look, what happens so often, I see this with beginners, they'll follow one of my lessons and it doesn't look as much like mine as when they followed a Bob Ross lesson. Well, Bob Ross lesson is never going to push you where mine will push you. So that is my goal, is to help you to improve. And even if you're a beginner, I want you to start with the hard stuff. The harder, the better it is. And I've got stuff that's really good for a beginner like your very first painting. But after that, after your first 1 or 2 paintings of beginner stuff, I want you to jump into the more difficult stuff that is going to take you to completely other levels than you could imagine, have ever imagined you'd be able to achieve. Anyway, as little as $6 a month, you get access to over 400 of my longer lessons in multiple mediums. Head over to patreon.com/Lachri, and there's information there. Information, I can't talk. Okay. Grim the Vampire Cat said, you can't play with a vampire cat. Said, I know you use a light mist of Spectrafix on your pastels. I'm so afraid to use any fixative. Have you ever had it ruin your work? Also, I'm contemplating trying velour paper for pastels, but I've heard mixed reviews. What has been your experience with velour? I've never used it, but that doesn't mean that you should. My attitude is try it, because what somebody else hates, you may love. You never know. And the only way you're going to know, get a pad of paper and try it. Get a small piece and try it. And try a full project on it. Don't just make a few lines and go, nope, not for me. I say try a full project. That's how I test everything. I don't do, like a lot of reviews of art supplies, you see people make a few color swatches and then they give their review. I don't feel you can get an honest review, like a full review that way. I want to see the finished product, because when you're actually working with that material, that's where you get an idea of what it's going to feel like, how it's going to layer, how it's going to blend. You don't know that by quick color swatches. So when you try that new paper, try doing like a full project on that before you make up your mind if you hate it or love it. Or maybe a couple of projects. Are you nodding your head? Are you telling people yes? The camera can't really see you. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. No, you're not going to do it? Okay. Well, you're going to scream. Well, then we're not going to look at you on camera, because no one wants to listen to that. Okay. Back to what we were talking about. So I'm not sure on the velour, but as far as the Spectrafix, I've never had Spectrafix ruin anything. At most, I might get a few heavy droplets. Just blend right over it. It's done. Not a big deal. But I don't have, the reason that I use Spectrafix is it doesn't darken the work. Every other fixative I've used on pastels made it darker. Like you lost all your highlights. So, and then I had to go back over it and I hated it. And that's why so many artists don't like using fixatives. But honestly, with pastels, you should be using a fixative, because over the years that is going to fall off the paper. You need something to help it to adhere to the paper as long as possible. Don't eat that. Nope, you don't get to stay there if you're going to eat that. I actually want that mat on that. I don't want to hold you. Does this have to happen? Go on my shoulder. You can't sit on the, hang off the edge. Pick this. Loki, this is not going to happen. Here, then go on my shoulder. I'm going to put my arm down. You have to, thank you. We have to just pick one. No? Oh, now we're going to do peekaboo. 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 I don't want to do, whoa, did I miss the peekaboo? I'm sorry. Peekaboo. No? Okay, good, because I've got questions to answer. But yeah, the Spectrafix, I've never ever had it ruin anything or give me any real trouble that I had to like just maybe at most blend a little bit over to fix an area. If I got a heavy droplet, it was no problem to fix. Okay, B said, I just started using soft pastels and Pan Pastel. I bought pastel matte paper, which I now realize is actually becoming a paper that I love for colored pencil. I love the effect it gives. I also bought the Canson Me 10s, or I'm sorry, Canson Me, whatever it's called. LL, what do you prefer about Canson over pastel matte? One, it's cheaper. If I'm remembering correctly, it's way cheaper. What? So bonus. I like the colors that the Canson Me 10s comes in. What are you doing? I don't want kisses. Why are you kissing me? Huh? So that's just personal preference there. The pastel matte, though, when I used it, it is nice. So stop biting my glasses. So I do recommend that too. What? That was rude. So, I mean, I've not used pastel matte with Pan Pastels yet. I still need to do that. I used it with colored pencil and OMS. Oh, stop. And it was wonderful. What he wants me to do is react there. So he does this and you go, stop. No. Huh. What? So when he bonks he's not biting me. He bonks his beak against me or my clothes or something to get a reaction. Huh. He just wants the reaction because it's fun for him. Okay. Gail said, about the Spectrafix, how much pencil layering can go on top of that? So we talked about that earlier. It doesn't really, when I put the Spectrafix down, it doesn't feel like I did. So you can put as much as you want on top of it. Like I don't really even notice that it's there. It's just to seal the pastels down a bit more. Grim the Vampire Cat said, what is your favorite media to paint in or create with? Acrylics, hands down. I am definitely like acrylics is my first love. Well, maybe it wasn't my first because it kind of started with watercolor and charcoal, which is funny because me. But no, acrylics. I love, love, love acrylics. But I would get bored if that's all I used. I love I just like making art. But acrylics like is normally going to be my go-to. Like if it's something for me that I'm painting, I'm probably going to choose acrylics. Well, maybe because I don't have to frame them. What? That was just rude. Art of Raven D said, speaking of coloring books, that's rude. I can't tell you how much AI-generated coloring books come across when packing shipments at work. It's horrendous. Stop. Yeah, the AI stuff. There's that. Like, I'm not completely opposed to AI. Those of you who are on my, stop. You get down. We're not going to scream in my ear. No more. Off. There's your punishment. That is so much worse sounding. Like it's painful. It's that high pitched and horrible. But anyway, like the sketchbook prompt. I just use AI to make a blank sketchbook and then write whatever the sketchbook thing is, and then I write out, or, you know, for the image I post over on Patreon, and then I post my actual prompts. But I like AI for some stuff like that. Like it's a quick way. I just wanted an image to be like, oh, this is our sketchbook prompt, like photo, whatever, for February. So I like AI for some things, but I do not like it for stuff. I don't know. It is so overused on things that I don't think it like, no. Yeah, not a huge fan. I don't really like AI for like book covers. You can tell when it's AI. Like it's, I know a lot of authors will do it because then they don't have to pay an artist, but it's obvious. Like we can tell you used AI and it's not good. So yeah, I'm not loving some of it. That's for sure. Also, there's no such thing as an AI artist. I see that a lot where people are like, I painted this in AI. You didn't paint, I said a swear word almost. You didn't paint crap. The computer you played a computer art game. That's the equivalent of what you did. You typed in the right words to get it to do what you wanted, and you learned how to type the right words to get it to show you or display what you wanted, but you're not an artist. Like in no world are you an artist. You didn't paint anything. That's just one of those, oh, that one always drives me crazy. And then one of actually where I see most of the AI right now is in home decorating groups. Fake AI, oh, this is a beautiful room. That's not physically possible because the way, like you didn't notice that's not a real room, right? It drives me crazy sometimes because it's like that gets to where some people, that's all they post. Let's see. Art of Raven D said, another thing is people shouldn't expect their work to look like yours after their first try. I did this lesson and it looks nothing like hers and her response is, because it takes time to get your hands and your eyes trained. Yes, exactly. Like, yeah, it's never, like it takes a while to get to that. I mean, I've been teaching for like 25, 30, when I started teaching, 1998, a long time, over 25 years. So it takes time to, you know, I'm not a spring chicken here with my art. It takes time. I'm not saying it's going to take you 25 or 30 years to get to this point. You can do it in a couple of years if you're really focused. But yeah, not at first. It takes a few tries. My first paintings were horrible, horrible. I thought they were great, but looking back, they weren't. Let's see. Art of Raven D said, I do want to sign up Patreon this Friday, though, because I want to watch that Raven duo painting while I gorge on a bag of chips. I want to gorge on a bag of chips. I'm on a diet, and I hate it. You want chips, too. Oh, you want to talk about it. Like, he is addicted. You can tell his last family, they loved him. They gave him a lot of attention because he's got such a good, stable personality. Like, really, really good. But they fed him all the junk food. He knows what every bit of, our other birds don't know what the junk food is. So like if we had a bag of chips or whatever, we had Chipotle. That's how we found out. Because we don't really keep chips in the house normally, but we had Chipotle bowls or burrito bowls and the bags of chips. Oh, as soon as he saw those chips, he was taking it. There was no stopping this bird. He was getting a chip. I made macaroni and cheese one day. He knew for sure what that was, and he was taking it. You weren't going to stop him. My other birds don't do that because they don't know what it is. So, yeah, you're such a junk food. Yeah, you love junk food. So, yeah, he's funny. We would love to have some chips, but it's not on the diet. Okay. So I think that gets us mostly caught up. Oops, close that. Hi, Martin from Germany. 4:30 in the morning. Oh my gosh, that is too early. Like, that's the time where sometimes I'm up that late. I never wake up that early, though. I woke up at 8:30-ish the other day. That was weird. Yeah, Terry said, I'm new to Spectrafix after Krylon. Yeah, Krylon will make it darker. Not a fan of Krylon myself, and I used it for a long time. Rob said, who's a bad cow now? Oh, he's the worst fairy turkey ever. Like, you are just such a bad turkey. Actually, I say that. He's a ringneck, so they've got some opinions. He's a really cool bird, though. I mean, I love all my birds, but he is really cool. Well, he's my husband's bird. What are you doing over there? He's like, I'm trying to see what I can get into. Ooh, one of your flight feathers is finally coming in. He's clipped, and I'm waiting for them to grow out. We got him in over the summer. He was being rehomed, and I'm waiting for those wings to grow back. And he can fly pretty good, but I want to teach him to fly up and down the hall. We're going to teach him to come when called, like what I've been working with French Fry, to make him fly, because I feel like he is way too lazy. But it looks like one of those flight feathers is finally coming in. Let's see. Also, I should point out, it is not safe to have your birds in, depending on what you're working on, it's not safe to have your birds in the room with your art supplies. Like, I didn't bring him in until after I was done using Spectrafix. When it's dry, it's fine. But you don't want your birds around the paint fumes. I won't even bring my birds in when I'm acrylic painting, because the acrylics, even though they're non-toxic, when they're wet, that doesn't mean that there's not a scent that is going to be toxic to birds. If you have birds, you know we're super careful with things like non-stick pans. Like, I've actually been throwing all my own away, replaced everything with cast iron and stainless steel. But that's not really good for us too. But a lot of stuff is marked as non-toxic or safe, but that doesn't mean it's the same for birds. They are so sensitive to anything. So, or like any kind of smell. If you can smell it, it's probably not good for them. So I need to throw that out there about that, because I don't want to give people the impression that keeping a bird in their art studio is a good idea. It depends. Like, if I'm working in pencil and graphite, not worried about it. Charcoal, not worried about it unless I use Spectrafix again. That spray is the problem there. I will be starting an oil painting. So Patreon members, you have an oil over acrylic lesson coming up very soon of a horse I will be doing, and I'm so excited about this painting. So that one, though, while I work in oils for those, it'll take me a couple of weeks. None of the birds can come in here because the fumes, it's just not safe for them. So a lot of people think that because acrylics are non-toxic that it is safe for the birds. Will your bird be like fall over if it comes in a room with acrylics? Probably not. But why risk? Like, it's just not good for them. So I don't do that. Like, birds are just super, super sensitive to stuff. So while he is in here, I only bring them in with certain mediums that I've been working in. Again, like oils, he won't be coming near this room for weeks until I can't smell it anymore, pretty much. Yeah, Art of Raven D said pastel mat is expensive. Yes. Geez, over $80 Canadian. Well, everything is expensive for you guys up there, but dang. Art of Raven D said he's a flirt. Oh, heck yes. Absolutely. Yeah, pastel mat is amazing. Yeah, B said it's worth the price. It is. I think it is, but also, I mean, you don't have to have it. Like, if it's not in your budget, there are other options out there. Let's see. Yeah, Nick said it looks like Loki is trying to read the questions from your phone. He's hoping I'll play other ringnecks. Actually, here. Want to see him get excited? Because we're pretty much caught up on questions anyway. I'll let some more questions come in. He loves watching shows on the phone. Let's pull up Indian ringneck. You want to watch? You want to see a show? Uh-oh. He'll give my phone kisses. Who is that? Yeah? You want to come watch? Come here. You want to come see? Here. Whoops. You want to watch? We'll put it to the side so you can see if he starts giving the phone kisses. Yeah? He'll do this for so long, too. Here, give you kisses. Good job. Want to watch the next one?
Oh, got your beak.
Yeah?
I'll go get your beak.
You gonna give it kisses? Honk.
Oh no.
Yeah?
Got your beak.
Yeah?
Gonna get a
Okay, so yeah, that's what he was hoping. When I hold my phone, he's always hoping I put on other ring necks for him. He loves, yeah, you love it, huh? Which is funny because he didn't previously live with a ring neck. It's not like he has an old friend he misses. He lived with Conyers, I guess, who picked on him a lot. But hi, thank you. No, no peekaboo. What? You want to go back up here? Just don't chew on my stuff. No? Okay, you can stay with me. I don't care. It's kind of uncomfortable though, the way I'm having to hold my arm to hold you up because you're sitting in a weird place. Why are you being weird? So yeah, he loves watching the phone. Let's see. Sorry, I've got to scratch without freaking him out. I'm allowed to scratch my head. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just scrolling, looking at questions while being kissed by Loki. Where are we? Hi. Huh? Huh? Okay, I'm just getting caught up really quick. Huh? No. Hey, that was rude. Hey, stop. Hey. Hey. Hey, stop. Stop. He does this so that I say stop, and I'll hear him sometimes in the other room when he's by himself going, stop. No, stop. You're funny. Yes, you are. Still scrolling down. That's going to fall. Or you're sliding. Hey. Oh, do you hear sirens outside? Hey. Sorry, I'm still scrolling down. Stop. No. What? What? No. No. Yeah, Art Therapy for You said that's one of the reasons I don't have birds for pets. I like my perfumes, candles, and I use nonstick pans because I cook a lot. So I'm hooked on cast iron. I swear, cast iron makes everything better. They're just kind of a pain to clean, but really not, because if you like, you can just fry things to it and use the metal scrubby things. It's like chain link. So or chain mail. That's not what I meant. Stuff is so good. Like everything is so good in that. Like everything, vegetables. Broccoli even, like everything is just better on a cast iron. But I still, like, I am obsessed with Scentsy. My scented lotions I'm not super worried about. No one's ever had a problem with that. But my, let's see, Scentsy, and like I paint my nails, I just do that in another room. Scentsy, I do not have in the same room as the birds. Or if the birds are gonna be out in the living room, then I just turn Scentsy off. Or I'll plan, I just don't put it on at all on those days. But you can use those things if you're set up where the birds are in a separate room. So him, the other ring neck, Sushi, Chicken, and Nugget are all, they've got their own room. And then French Fry and Tuna are in my office. So my office, I also have all my jumping spiders are in there. They're super sensitive to scents, to different, like any smells. And my reef tank. So that's separate from the rest of the house so that I'm just not cross-contaminating, I guess, with the odor. So you can, I can scratch my arm, don't squawk at me. So yeah, you can use them if you're able to keep the birds separate. But if you're in a smaller place, like an apartment, that may not work out. It just depends on your setup. Plus, I wouldn't want to work with him in here anyway on anything because he's probably not going to entertain himself. Unless it's by destroying stuff I don't want destroyed. Yeah, huh? What? You're cute. Okay. Yeah, birds are definitely not pets for everyone. Like they're not an easy pet. Well, some are. French fries munchie, well, sort of. Huh. Let's see. Whoops, no. Yeah, and she said the sound would make me crazy. Yeah, if you don't like loud noise and screaming, birds are not for you. Let's see. What's on my nails tonight? This one, I don't know if you, wait. It doesn't focus. My camera only wants to focus right here. Like if I get close, it doesn't switch. You can't really see. They're hearts. They're pink with red glitter and hearts. I can show you on, wait. There we go. You can kind of see better. I actually put on a set that wasn't my favorite because I'm doing yard work tomorrow and I knew they'd get messed up. But then after I had them on, I realized I love these. Like, they're actually super cute. Let's see. And those are from, if you're unfamiliar with these, they're nail wraps from Lily and Fox. It's like $2.99 and free shipping for a set. And they will last, for me, they will last like 5-7 days. Usually I just get sick of them and take them off. I take really hot baths, and so that's why they don't last for me as long. But if you don't take hot baths, like if you just take a shower, you're not soaking in the water, they'll last longer on you. But yeah, they're like cheap, and they just last so much longer than nail polish. Nail polish does not stay on my arms that much. Or my arms. No, bird on my arm, nail polish on my nails, or nail wraps in this case. Cornbread and cast iron, I bet that's amazing. Whoops. Oh yeah, if you have cats, that makes birds harder, for sure. I don't have cats. They don't fit with us here. I have too many animals cats would get into, and plants and all that. What? Let's see. No. Stop. He's sitting on my hand, biting my ring, which is on the mouse over here. Let's see if you can. Nope, that's the wrong camera. There we go. What? I'm just scrolling looking for stuff. No. What? It's not funny. Stop. Why are you laughing? No. No. Brittany said, I would be careful with what art supplies and scented skin candles, wax melts I would use around. Stop. My Maine Coon cat breed, mixed breed cat. Yeah, they're not typically cats are not as sensitive. I don't worry about cats. Like, I had a cat, when I used to have a cat, I had a Himalayan. Stop! She could be in the room with oil painting, all of that. Nothing was ever an issue. What are you doing? So cats are birds have air sacs. It's completely different in the way they process air. Their bodies are made differently, and they just do not like all of those scented things. That's why they're so sensitive. But a cat can handle what you can handle, except that's not totally true. I take it back. There are certain essential oils that are really bad for cats. So that is something, I totally take it back. I forgot about the essential oil issue. So that is more of an issue there. What are you looking at? He's all stretched out. Oh, why are you hitting that? Oh, you're flirting with the mouse? What are you doing? Why are you doing that? Is this necessary? What? He's also, you can't see from that angle, he's stretching out all funny. What? You are being crazy. Let's see. What's your problem? What? Are you just super happy you're going to entertain people? We've got 12 more minutes and no more questions. What? 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 He's used to me wearing a sweatshirt or something, and so he can grip better. He's having a harder time holding on. What are you doing? What? Did you kiss? Thank you. Oh, sorry. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. No, what? What are you doing? What? Peekaboo. Give a kiss. Oh, did you, sweet boy? Yeah, are you a good boy? Yeah. Oh, we don't want to finish the kiss? You're funny. Yeah. Are we done yet? Oh, more kisses? Aggressive kisses. Let's see. What? What? Yeah, if you like ornery, into trouble, birds are great. Like, if you think that's funny, you'll probably like, I think it's hilarious. So birds are a fit. But different birds too. One of the things I see often, we may as well talk about birds because we don't have our questions right now. One of the things with birds, a lot of people don't realize they get a bird because they see it on video. Like, he's hilarious. This is funny. Sorry. No, wait. No, denied. No kid. What? Usually if I gasp and turn fast, that's when he wants to play peekaboo. But then he'll randomly like hold it like that. What? Peekaboo. Nope, denied again. Rejected by a fairy turkey. But with birds, it's not like, I mean, okay, dogs, you have complete different personalities depending on the breed. But there's still a dog, there's like a similar enough. Birds are not like that. Like birds, the difference in personality between a ringneck and a cockatiel, or a ringneck and a parrotlet, a ringneck and anything else, So, I mean, night and day. Heck, the difference between a male and a female ringneck, not even like the same species. It is crazy the difference between him and Sushi. So that's one mistake a lot of people make when they get birds. They get it because they think it's pretty, like sun conures. Everyone goes and gets a sun conure because it's one of the most beautiful, beautiful birds. They're scream chickens. If you can't handle noise, if you can handle noise, they're great pets, wonderful birds, but they scream a lot. They're like me. They like to hear themselves talk, but louder. So yeah, like people often get birds. What are we doing back there? They'll get birds not realizing how crazy wide the difference in personality is. Plus, they've got scissors on their beaks. You've got a toddler with scissors on his beak, and he is destructive. Like he was already eating the mat again on my desk, and he was only there for a couple of minutes. People don't realize how destructive, how noisy, how messy. My God, I have to vacuum twice a day, at least twice a day. I'm vacuuming my desk with a hand vac because French Fry keeps bringing snacks over. I mean, okay, to be fair, at night I give him snacks too. But even if I'm not giving him snacks he eats them on my tablet. Even if I'm not giving him snacks, he keeps bringing them to my desk to eat with me. Whatever. Tiny little bird, messiest bird. He's one of our messiest, because he keeps carrying snacks around. He makes such a mess. So I have to vacuum all the time. I'm kind of a clean freak too, so it's a bit of a contrast there in what things that I want. I want birds and I want clean. They don't go together. But also, if you get birds, you're going to get bit. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, or even more than that, how many times today are you going to get bit? Birds bite. That's part of how they communicate, and you're not going to train that out of them. Now, some are going to bite more than others for sure, but it's going to happen sooner or later, huh? He's usually pretty good. He'll usually warn me. You can tell by his body language when he's in a mood where he's stop. He's like, and that's not biting, like real biting. If you can read their body language, you can avoid getting bit a lot. You can certainly minimize that if you know what you're looking for. He's pretty good about warning me if he's just done with my crap for the day. What? Or usually ours end up biting because they know it's time to go to bed and they don't want to. And they have tantrums. So yeah, a few things to know about birds for sure. Our Ringy said our bird manages to fling poop on the walls. Ugh. Yeah, we've had that a few times. Actually, one of my in the office I had to wipe down the other day because I don't even know how French Fry was managing it. Let's see. You're going to sit on my back. Is it easier? Because, yeah, there's clothes back there, so he has more to hang on to. Raven D said, a past cockatiel latched onto my thumb and wouldn't let go. Blood oozed out. Oh, yeah, chicken has drawn blood a few times. Yeah, chicken, stop. You're eating the buttons on the back of my dress. Please do not. You're going to get kicked off if you keep that up because it's hard for me to tell you to stop. Let's see. Terry said, I live in my studio, no animals at all, and I love them so much. Yeah, in the studio, cats and dogs, I would be fine. Like, I'm fine with them being in here no matter what medium I'm working in. But actually, dragons in here, my frogs are in here. I've got one reef tank in here. They're fine with the oil paints. That's never had a problem. But if I airbrush, I'll throw something over the top so the airbrush doesn't settle in their cages. Well, the frogs have a lid over theirs already, so there's that. That tank is turning off lights earlier and earlier. I need to look at the settings because that should not be off right now. You guys can't see, but my dart frog's tank is off. I think it's been coming on earlier and going off earlier. I don't know what the app did to change that, but it is way too early for that. Let's see. Yeah, DJ said, don't let out a holler when they bite. That's what they want. Oh my gosh, it's funny. What? Hi. Oh, sorry. Peekaboo. Did I not do it? Peekaboo. Sorry, we have to do this now. Peekaboo. He'll do this for way too long, though. Peekaboo. Give a kiss. Thank you. Peekaboo. Your nail's kind of on my neck, and it kind of hurts. Ow. There. Anyway, where was I going with that? I missed what I was looking at. I have a cat named Nugget. No. But funny, we both have pets named Nugget. Nugget's a cute name. I like that name. All our birds are named after food. Technically him too. He came with the name Loki, but Loki is also an Indian fruit. Is it a fruit or a vegetable or squash? I don't remember, but there's some kind of thing that's named called Loki. They didn't tell us how to spell his name, so we really don't know for sure if they meant that or if they meant what is it, the god of mischief, which is kind of fitting for you. They had kids, so I'm leaning more towards that that's what they meant it by, but we spell it the god of mischief one. Let's see. But yeah, all our food, all our birds are named after food. That wasn't really intentional. Originally, Chicken's name, we got him in what, 2016? His name was supposed to be Jace from Magic the Gathering card Matt likes. And I kept saying, it's a chicken when he'd sit with me. And it just stuck. We just started calling him Chicken because I kept saying he had chicken legs and calling him Chicken. Why are you flirting with the mouse over there? Are you going to tap it? He's knocking his beak against my mouse. So, it was mischief, not chaos. Did I say mischief? I should have said mischief. I always say chaos on accident, and I mean like I know it's supposed to be mischief, but I always say chaos because in my brain it's the same thing. Anyway, stop. What are you doing? So where was I going with that? Oh, anyway, that's how Chicken ended up being Chicken. And then somebody watching one of my live streams said that when we got Nugget, like our next bird had to be Nugget, or they'd unfollow me. But we thought it was hilarious, so we named Nugget Nugget, and it just stuck. What, are you dancing? Show people how you dance. Yeah? Nod your head. Yeah? You were going crazy over there. What? Yeah. 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 Give a kiss. How's a good boy? Such a good boy, huh? You're up late. We're an hour past your bedtime. You must be loving this. He never wants to go to bed. Let's see. Yeah, our other animals aren't all named after food stuff. It's just a bird thing. I don't know why. I mean, I guess that's how it started, but it wasn't intentional. I used to come up with like cool names on animals, and then now they're all just food. Tuna and French fry. Let's see. What? What is your obsession with this mouse right now? What? Is that what you want? Yeah? What? Okay. 3 more minutes. I don't know if anyone has any questions. Let's see. DJ, I'm not sure if you asked about if you're talking to me on that. Oh wait, no, B was talking to DJ. Okay, never mind. B has a Nugget and a Misha. Misha's a cute name too. Art of Raven D said, if you get another bird, I dare you to name it Booger. I'm definitely not doing that. I mean, some kids think it's a sort of food. No, if I get another bird, it will be popcorn. If I get another bird, it will be a parrotlet, but not anytime soon. I'm actually really happy with the birds that we have right now. It's just that canaries can live a long time. I think tuna's coming up on 3. And they can live like 12, 15 years, but they're really prone to heart attacks, like super prone to heart attacks. And I'm hoping that because of the diet, I feed him like I've done so much research. He gets such a good diet and he's super active because he has free flight. Like he's free in my office flying around right now. I don't want to hold my arm like this. Pick a spot. I'm hoping he lives a long time, but if he doesn't, when he eventually passes, I don't want French fry in a room without another bird. So I would get another parrotlet. Separate cages, but I do feel that they should have another bird in the room. If you're not with them 24/7, I think there should be another bird, like again, not in the same cage, but in the room, so they're not alone. So I would go with another parrotlet, and I would name him Popcorn. So I'd have French fry and popcorn. But I'm really hoping that tuna just lives a really long time. I always have a backup plan for my backup plan, and I just know canaries, they're just prone to heart attacks. So, yeah, that is my plan for not being too, that sounds terrible, but not being too depressed if something happens to tuna. Hopefully that doesn't though. So anyway, yeah, I've already picked out the name for my next bird though. Well, I actually was considering, I kind of wanted another parrotlet now, but, well, not now, like a month ago. But then all of a sudden we had that breakthrough with French Fry where he realized he could actually take treats from my hand, and now he's obsessed with me and he sits with me all the time and he plays with me, and like the difference in him is crazy. And so now he gives me attention all day long. He wants to hang out with me, and now I don't feel like I need another baby bird because his breeder had don't eat the mic. His breeder had another clutch of babies, and I was tempted to contact her wanting one, but yeah. What? We got enough turkeys right now. Yes. What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you want one of these toys? Here, you want to chew on that? No screaming. Here, don't scream at it. I know you hear the dogs out there. I hear them too. Someone flapped their ears. Let's see. Are you going to do more terrarium and pet care videos? I don't know. I don't know if I've got, like, I don't have any plans for making any new vivariums or terrariums or anything soon, but I do want to include the animals more in my videos. Like, I'm going to be teaching him, I want to teach him some tricks, and I want to continue with teaching French fry stuff. I've been putting, oh, where are you going? That can't end well. I've been putting my jumping spider, one of my jumping spiders has been in the last couple of videos that, well, one I'm editing right now. So I'm including the animals more in my art videos, but I don't know if I'll have like specific, like if I wanted to do a lot of just animal stuff or terrariums and that sort of thing, I really should have a separate channel, and I just don't have time. So I'm working on just including them in like the storytelling or whatever about the current videos that I have. So Salami, one of my jumping spiders, she's in the video that'll go up on Sunday. She's cute. She's just always cute. He also is actually in that video because he's on my shoulder being a pain as usual, huh? Because you got to get into everything. He's like, well, sitting still would be boring. He looks like he wants to fly. I don't think you'll see him on this one. No, you can kind of see his foot. He wants to fly. You're in a mood, aren't you? Yeah, there you are. What are you doing? Okay. Oh, look, you can see my dirty trash can right there. That looks gross. It's just paint, I swear, and tape. Okay. 10:02. We're done. What? No one wants to listen to you. Come here. You want to say goodnight to everybody? Thank you guys so much for joining. Please don't scream. Oh, sorry. No, you wanted to play peekaboo and then you didn't play peekaboo. Give a kiss. Nothing? What? Thank you guys so much for joining. My brain just shut down. Check out our moderators channel. Links are in the video description. Joseph and The Art of Joseph Fitcham and Clark Fine Art have live streams every week. Nick does not, but when he does upload something, it's usually really good information. So check them out. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all of the super chats. There's a turkey on my back. Not the same as a monkey, I guess. Kinda. This one's more destructive than a monkey. I think that's it. I don't know. My brain is off. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.